Hey everybody, welcome to Gary's Got Issues. I hope everybody's holding up well. You know, it's bad when Drunk History, the PBS channel, and The Daily Show are the only three places to get an honest take on today's state of the world. Old people in power. Nancy Pelosi is 79 years old. My mom's 7 years younger. And I shudder to think of the thoughts, let alone the words that come out of her mouth. My mom, not Nancy. But that's just it. Nancy's mind is a decade further along. No. Fuck old people in power. I think everyone, everywhere, when you reach 60 years of age, you must move to a portion of the country where it's just people your age. Kids can come and visit, but they can't live there with you. Believe me, it'll be a blessing. So no, your 60-year-olds anywhere have no business being in power on any level because they see their lives as almost over. Most of them are self-serving narcissists who care more about making that money than making our lives better. They don't give a fuck. Not all of them, but really way too many fell to the dark side a long time ago. All those senators in their 70s and 80s, see ya, get to stepping. You know what? Voting age should be 10, because at 10 years old, you can still tell who's an asshole and who isn't an asshole. That childish innocence is a great bullshit detector. The universe is a big giant water park, and Earth is the one peeing in the pool. I think the next president needs to be Michael J. Fox. What does the J stand for? Jittery? He'd never get assassinated. He'd be a constant moving target. The sniper would be like, nah, fuck it. I was watching the Discovery Channel the other day and they had a show on about how the world ends. Well, Discovery Channel, now I'm discovering anxiety. Thanks. You know, when I was a kid, if you didn't have anything nice to say, you didn't say anything at all. Remember that? Now, you can say anything. You might get a thumbs down or a fuck off, and you may not get away with it, but there's no filter now, and that's sad. I'm just trying to construct a viable hypothesis as to why I'm here, why we're all here, why we've created the world that we have now. Why are we here? What's this all for? Surely it isn't who has the most toys or the most money wins, and it can't be to come in everything I can as often as I can, although that's not a bad reason. Pornhub. Pornhub, by definition, is when you don't want to dirty your body up in the real world, and instead you just muddy up your soul. There's this one video on Pornhub. The picture for the clip was a close-up of a woman in white heels stepping on a rubber baby in a bowl. And I was like, what is this? This is on Pornhub? What is this? So I click on it just because I'm curious. Well, it opens up. It's a close-up of a woman in white heels squatting over a blue Tupperware bowl, and there's a fake naked baby doll in it. In the bowl. Like she's making omelets or something. Alright, that's my cue to grab the Vaseline. You know, this is not porn. What is this? So I'm wondering, will this be worth the 3 minutes and 7 seconds of my life? I mean, I'm already watching before the question is answered in my mind, so yes. Anyway, she squats over, pisses on this doll in the Tupperware bowl. Oh, and the music, I didn't even mention this. There's classical music being played underneath this. It's important, you know, trying to keep it classy. So anyway, she picks up the baby after peeing on it and starts rubbing it all over her vagina. Okay, I'm already 2 minutes 40 seconds into this video that I'd never get back. So 37 seconds left, and she stands up and pushes her stiletto heel on the baby's head, applies enough pressure to make a dent, and scene. I know, right? This was not porn. It was social commentary. This was Pornhub making a stand. Nah, I don't know what the hell that was. It's just weird. I mean, there's just so much weird stuff out there, guys. What happened to just like regular sex? Is it even around anymore? It's false advertising too. If I wanted social commentary, I'll get it on Twitter and Facebook where it's born. Here's a little inside information what it's like to be in a band. You ever see a picture of a band and one guy is always holding his elbow? Look for him or her the next time you're looking at band photos. There's always one. At least one in every band, at least. Those are the chronic masturbators. Life's lonely on the road. Those elbows get banged up. You know, guy shopping and girl shopping is two entirely different things. For the most part, I mean, when I go shopping, if I go pants shopping, I'm not trying things on. I know my size. 30-inch waist, 32 in the length. It's been that way ever since I was like 18. Hasn't really changed much. If I go home and the pants are 32s and they don't fit, well, they just become the new goal. Because if they're too tight, I've gotten too big for my size. You know what's weird about getting older? Food. When you're young, you just want it. It doesn't matter where. Pizza at 2 in the morning, any kind of Chinese, any fast food. But when you get older, the surroundings have to be more interesting. Now I need ambiance and mood lighting and a good sauce. Sauces become more important as you get older. It's weird. I have hair that grows on the lobe of my ear, like one solitary hair, right up on top. And if I don't watch out, it'll get away from me and grow long. I discovered one on my left ear, and it was like 1.5 inches long, just one single hair. In 10 years, they'll be growing on the inside. Great. You know what was weird for me? We're in the age of superheroes and all that kind of good stuff. But, crack my monster there. Ooh, gotta get the juices flowing. Now, one of the strangest superhero duos that were around when I was growing up were Wonder Twins. They were part of the Justice League with Aquaman and Batman and Superman. But these two had the power to change shape. They were shapeshifters. One could do animals, the other one could do liquids, form different water-based things. If you remembered, it was a brother and sister. I haven't researched to figure out the names. I'm sure I can find them real easy. But they had a little monkey sidekick. When there was trouble, they'd say, Wonder Twin powers activate. And one of them would say, form of a rain cloud. And the other one would say, form of a pigeon. Form of an ice cage. Form of a billy goat. Form of an ice toboggan. Form of a gazelle. It was always an animal and water combo. How about a 3-piece meal and a Mountain Dew? Yeah, if you were a bad guy, you could be like, I have a shotgun and I have a sponge. Fuck the Wonder Twins. I was watching this one episode, little clip, and they said Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of an ice boat. And the girl said, form of an octopus. And then the boat and the octopus both dive under the water. Why are you an ice boat then? You're not staying on the surface. I don't know why this bothers me so much now, but all of the nonsense of it. I feel part of a dumbed down generation. I took an IQ test when I was younger and did one of those Rorschach tests where they put an image in front of you and then you have to tell them what you think it is. And this one was just like 2 blobs, and I said, well, it looks like 2 butt cheeks like on a photocopier. Or 2 boot prints standing at attention. What does that mean? And the guy said, well, you paid too much attention to assholes. I still like playing video games. I know, right? 53, and still I like Madden, Call of Duty. But games where I have chores, like cut wood, what? And build what? Fuck this. What's that one game where you did nothing? Oh, right, a nap. Just taking a nap. Have you took one yet as an adult? I'm telling you, it's groundbreaking. It's a game changer. Video games, I think, contribute to violence. The older I get, the more I think it really does. Especially games like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. I will play that game and get so pissed off. I have broken controllers. I have fantasized about throwing my chair into the TV. A brief description of this video game called Sea Salt. That's on Xbox One. I haven't played it. I just read the information on it. And this is for word what the description is. In Sea Salt, you are an old god summoning unfathomable horrors to blight the human lands. You will have your sacrifice, and humanity will pay for denying you what you were owed. Damn! When I was a kid, we played cartoon tag. You run around with your friends, and somebody was it. Right before they tagged you, you had to scream out like a cartoon character. Scooby-Doo, Felix the Cat, Mickey Mouse. Now you're a god. The game description goes on to say, summoning a tide of minions, your army will emerge from the sea to take vengeance on the religious figures who have dared to defy you and anyone else that stands in your way. Just for not saying thank you? This sea god is a dick. And then it goes on. When humanity prayed, you were willing to offer them fair winds for their fishing vessels, and they enjoyed the riches and prosperity you provided. What is this? Did this god clean the fish, can the tuna, make the dinner? This sea god is a dick. So you're damning a whole race of people just for not saying thank you? They knew the price, but cowardice overtook their faith. And when the time came to collect, the bishop of your church, your church? So you're not paying taxes either? Double fuck this guy. The bishop of your church defied your will, but when the horrors of the deep emerge from the gloom, he will beg for the mercy of a swift death. This is a video game that's out for purchase right now. What the fuck? Sea salt. Who dreams this up? More like bath salts, you crazy motherfuckers. I don't know, but whoever created this game, somebody needs to go smack that kid's father for not being there for him when he was young. Probably could have saved some small animals too in the process. Crazy. I've gotten into 2 fights in my life. I won one and got knocked out in the other. And the one I got knocked out in, I was 16 and my girlfriend had broken up with me. Couldn't handle it. She started going out with this guy. I don't know if they were really doing anything or if they were just palling around. This guy had a badass Charger. One day I was walking through the parking lot and just feeling overtook me and I keyed his car. I keyed it. I just took my house key out and just walked up alongside of it. Didn't take an Einstein to figure out who might have done it. So he came up to me, asked me if I had keyed his car, and I said no, and I turned my head to the left a little bit. When I came back around to look at him, he sucker punched me. It blacked my eye almost immediately. By the next period, my eye was swollen shut. The other fight I was in was with a black belt, but I kicked his ass. Kicked his fucking ass. He was 8, but it still counts. Still counts. There are some things that you just can't buy by themselves in the store. Like Vaseline. You just can't go up to the register with a jar of Vaseline and that's it. You gotta mix it in with some other items, like aluminum foil or some meat. Masturbation's been here since Eve's first headache. And girls, sometimes we have to hijack your petroleums. It's as American as apple pie. We're liberating it. We're being patriots. If you've ever lost a lotion or misplaced a bottle of Jergens, we took it. And trust me, you don't want it back. That container has seen things no container should ever have to see. Telling you, I've become the MacGyver of lubricants, master of the periodic table. And I don't mean the elemental charts, just that periodically you have to rub one out. Another thing on lotions, one time I had nothing but olive oil to use, and it wasn't bad. It smelled like I was cooking bacon, which makes perfect sense, because I am a pig. On a side note, my next 2 girlfriends were Italian, and I don't know if it was the olive oil lube, but the bread we made was divine. Between my olive oil and her yeast infection, we made some sourdough. Mwah. Manja. Scary movies, I hate them. Slashers, Saw, the gross ones, I hate them. I just know that the one time I go, I'll look over and some psycho is going to be there taking notes and smiling at me. There are 10 commandments to live a good, healthy life. I guess it started with the Old Testament with Moses. Now, let me tell you what the 10 commandments were real quick religious lesson for you guys. Commandment number 1, you'll have no other gods besides me. Number 2, don't use my name when you swear. Don't use my name in vain. 3, keep the Lord's days holy. Number 4, honor your mother and father. Number 5, don't kill. Number 6, don't cheat, adultery. Number 7, don't steal. Number 8, don't bear false witness against your neighbor. Don't gossip, more or less, or lie in a court of law. Number 9, don't covet your neighbor's wife. And then 10, don't covet your neighbor's goods. Now, all 10 of them are hard to remember. I had to actually look these up, because the only ones that really stick with me are don't kill, don't lie. We could whittle down all 10 commandments into one. Don't be a dick. Think about it. Music changes, totally understandable, but porn is really, really weird. That's the stuff that should have stopped changing, back around 1990. Porn was pretty cheesy then. You had the pizza delivery guy, the movie parodies. I know it's still pornography, and still the breaker of marriages, yada yada yada, but savior to single men everywhere. But 1990, the cameras were decent. You didn't look any deeper into it than a vehicle to help the mood. like lighting some incense or turning the lights down low, but I've been single for the last 5 years, and I got back into watching porn. And have you seen the stuff that they're calling porn now? Yeah? Oh, so you're going to hell with me? No? Oh, you gotta see this. I mean, don't beat off to it, but oh man, porn is weird, the things I've seen. I'm not getting my rocks off to it, folks. I'm here to warn you. Do not venture into these lands if you value your soul. There are a couple you may know about. Kim Kardashian sex tape, 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Okay, well, things have gotten weirder, folks. And I like to peruse Pornhub and xvideos.com for the kinkiest, strangest shit. I'm sure my FBI file takes up a whole warehouse in Virginia somewhere. There's a video out there, and you could look it up. Mommy shrinks son and makes him live inside her toilet. Exactly, I know, right? What on God's green earth? This is like a really, really good Alice in Wonderland. There's horror porn. I thought regular horror movies were bad. Used to, you just get killed, stabbed in a few times, Used to, you'd just get killed or stabbed a few times. Still bad. But let's throw in some unlubricated butt destruction. Great. Why do some people gravitate towards that side? Let me tell you, I've streamed so much over the last 4 months that R. Kelly is in my DMs hitting me up. Been binging so much that the ghost of Karen Carpenter's been hanging around. I'm up here in the hills of Kentucky, and I don't have Wi-Fi. Well, I do. It's scattershot, though. I like to call it why try. $200 a month for phone, internet, and cable. That only works sometimes. And they make you take the phone line. And no one uses the landline anymore. Who does? Batman? Maybe Commissioner Gordon? Cable's fine, but really they should just charge like $1 per channel that you want. I don't want jewelry made by slave labor in India. There's 28 channels of that. Give me Sports Center, Comedy Central, and the History Channel, and I'm good. $3 a month, done. I don't need the Hallmark Channel, or Oprah's Channel, or the Game Show Network. My mom, she watches Family Feud all the time. Her dog Sammy probably knows the top 6 answers on the board to any question that Steve Harvey asks. Tell you, man, my family growing up, we're like the traveling circus. I call us that now because between all the moving into new towns, big and small, all the time, we were all living under the big top. We moved so much some years that I thought we might have been in the witness protection program, but nope, turns out it was just severe paranoia brought on by cocaine use. And we were a circus before the original parents split up in '68. My mom had 5 kids between 16 and 21. Her uterus was a fucking clown car. You know what's wrong with war video games? Okay, 1, they give you objectives. 2, they make you plan out your course of attack. 3, you have to do it all in a specific, reward-driven format within a certain amount of time. I mean, objectives in a game, or I lose, or I can't win, I fail the game. It's not a game. It's stress. Making a plan of attack, I'm supposed to be relaxing. Why am I tense? And now I have a deadline, clock's ticking, terrorists must be dealt with. I feel a little PTSD coming on. Dating now in my 50s, man, it's almost like I'm picking from the last few available players for my team in dodgeball. All the good ones are gone. Now I gotta have Becky with the blue hair. It's not closing time. It's more like 35 minutes later in the parking lot and you're licking by dumpsters. Facebook jail. You ever get banned from your own Facebook page for a meme you shared or anything else? There's a little warning, if anything, that they're cutting you off. I mean, people check their Facebook 50 times an hour. So go 7 days without it, go 90 days for worst report. And who are these pieces of shit that have nothing better to do than to troll around and turn people in over what offends them? Geez, just block the post and scroll on. But let free speech reign. As long as it's not hateful like burn the Jews or pro-KKK, I'm trying to love everybody, but some people need to love themselves first. Am I getting through? You hear me? Can I get an amen? You've heard of Bulls on Parade? Well, there's rats on the web. Porn addiction is real, guys. It got to me. You watch too much and you start thinking these situations happen all the time. It's normal. And it only seems that way because you look at it every day. Kind of like the PT Cruiser that I drive. Seems normal. No hot pizza girls are letting me pay for my pizza with my penis. It's never happened. And now I can't order pizza from anywhere in this town. I think I'm unemployable at this point. I've had way too many jobs. I've never concentrated all of my efforts into one discipline, unless you count masturbation. I mean, this is just about laughs, guys, as long as no one's hurt physically. But everyone's so sensitive. It all started with seatbelts and sunscreen, but I digress. Okay, I think I've kept you guys long enough. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.